what I expect out of you. A good, strong, clean fight. The trunks are good here. The trunks are good here. Let's go to work.
So Ricardo Sandoval goes back into the breach again against Buitrago, a man he's already beaten once. And we've all heard the nickname Chocolatito, Sergio, but you're looking at Chocoroncito. What's the difference?
From Nicaragua, I don't know what the difference. You say it differently, but Buitrago, a veteran, 52 fights, only been stopped 3 times. You know, and fought for the title 3 times. So this is a tough veteran that Sandoval's fighting.
Let me tell you though, Sergio, we spoke to him on Thursday, the day before the weigh-in. I haven't seen too many fighters look worse than Carlos Buitrago looked during our interview. He was wrapped in a sweatshirt. He looked like he was shivering at times. He looked like he was really struggling to make whatever weight he could cut to make this fight happen.
Yeah, and he's lost 3 of his last 4 fights. And Chris, you asked him point blank, why are you still fighting? Why do this? Considering how many battles you've been in at 32 years old. He firmly believes, as I think maybe most fighters do, I can still turn my career around and challenge for a world title.
The ignorance is bliss in the mind of a boxer. We always think we have one more fight until a young up-and-comer proves us wrong.
Buitrago in the black trunks, Sandoval in the gray trunks.
In the gray trunks with the Mexican flag. We got a lot of fighters with Mexican roots here representing Sinaloa. We've seen Joao Iriarte representing Sinaloa. We see Ricardo Sandoval, and of course in the main event we get Zurdo Ramirez.
Some power being shown there by Buitrago, pushing Sandoval back a little bit.
I think Buitrago is probably getting most dangerous in these early rounds of the fight, but that energy I think is going to get sapped pretty quickly.
Second fight in 35 days for Buitrago. But he's looking okay here in round 1, Sergio.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I don't know, Chris, you know, whenever you're a veteran, you know, you could fight so calmly and you could take more punches. You know how to roll with the shots. You know what shots to throw. So, you know, this is a fight that can get out of hand for a young fighter like Sandoval, especially considering they've already tangled in the ring once. They've already fought. So Buitrago knows what to expect from the young, strong puncher in Sandoval.
Yeah, Buitrago, though, is on a crazy schedule. He has fought 7 times in the last 11 months. That's the type of pace you expect from a 20-year-old prospect, not a 32-year-old veteran.
Well, he's got to make money. Right hand connects there for Sandoval.
Officer, stop!
I mean, he's a prize fighter, right, Sergio? The more you fight, the more money you make.
Not only that, but, you know, this is what he does and he's good at, you know. It's not like he's getting knocked out and fighting just for money. You know, this is a man that in 52 fights only been stopped 3 times. You know, he has a chin, he's a veteran, he can take punches, and he can give punches.
Certainly so, they're going back and forth. But one of the 3 knockouts, Sergio, did come against Ricardo Sandoval in their first fight.
Stopped him on his feet in a fight that probably shouldn't have been stopped.
You got to wonder, Chris, considering how bad Buitrago looked trying to make weight, and the fact that Sandoval didn't really have any problems with him in their first fight, maybe Sandoval's overlooking him a little bit. Looked that way in the first round, at least.
Maybe, but I'm going to need to see this fight stretch out into the 4th, 5th, and 6th round to see what Buitrago looked like. He didn't just fight.
Whoa!
That rocked him. That jab hurt. That jab by Sandoval hurt Buitrago.
He's holding on, and Sandoval's just fighting his way through the mess.
Sandoval fighting from the southpaw stance. Going back to orthodox right there, but that was a power shotgun jab right on the tip of the chin of Buitrago.
Yeah, Buitrago could smile through that, but he felt that one for sure. Grabbed on and held on to Sandoval during that exchange.
And it goes to show you the power of a jab. You know, a jab sounds like it's not a power punch, but if landed right, it's definitely something that could rock and hurt you.
Looks like created some damage too on the right side of the face of Buitrago.
Another jab right on the money from Sandoval.
No cut. Blue.
Sandoval was scheduled to fight Jason Mama on February 15th in Commerce, California, but that was canceled due to Mama failing a pre-fight physical. So Sandoval had to wait until March.
What I was saying there about Buitrago, you know, he didn't just fight about a month ago. He fought 10 rounds a month ago, so he's had to go through some wars.
Buitrago could take a punch. I mean, that was a beautiful uppercut landed by Sandoval. who has power in those uppercuts, has power in those punches. Buitrago just ate that up.
Watch your head.
See Sandoval turning southpaw, real sneaky. You don't even know that he's turning southpaw. You know, he does it with his lower body, but his upper body stands real still. Same punches, but the feet change.
I like the couple of uppercuts we saw from Sandoval there. You see Buitrago duck all the way down, trying to avoid some of these shots. Sandoval responding, coming up upstairs.
Look at the poker face on Buitrago, how calm he is, you know, enduring the storm of Sandoval. Just real calm, collected, true veteran, Carlos Buitrago.
Talk about an experience advantage. Buitrago has fought 7 world champions, lost 6 of those fights, or actually 5, had a draw, and then did beat Mario Rodriguez. Sandoval hasn't fought any champs.
Good body shot there by Buitrago on the inside. Sandoval missing on a big right uppercut. I mean, that's a dangerous punch to throw leading like that, even though he did land a big one earlier. But a veteran like Buitrago will catch you slipping if you throw that punch too wide.
Watch your head. Time!
And look at this power jab right here. Beautiful shot right on the chin. That rocked and hurt Buitrago. Beautiful left uppercut. You got to give Buitrago credit for taking those big shots. Shots like that normally drop a fighter. He didn't see that punch coming. The knees didn't buckle. Carlos Buitrago is a tough man that can take big punches.
Buitrago, 32 years old, fighting out of Managua, Nicaragua. Ricardo Sandoval, 25 years old, fights here out of California. Raised a lot of eyebrows when he upset Oscar Vasquez, who was the WBO's 14th ranked flyweight at the time. That was back in 2018. And since then, he's looked pretty good, and he's doing so here against Buitrago.
Right now, Sandoval's starting to, I think, hurt Buitrago. I don't like the way Buitrago's reacting to the shots in this round that he's been landed. Clean shots, and they're coming from everywhere. Uppercuts coming over the top with right hands, power jabs.
Yeah, well, Sandoval with a 64% KO ratio.
Just an overall really solid, good technical fighter, Ricardo Sandoval. But what I want to see more from him is what his MO is, what we know him for is the body shots. Sandoval is a vicious body puncher, and we know that Buitrago could take a shot upstairs, go downstairs if he's taking him up there.
Well, a similar stylistic, perhaps, matchup in some ways coming up in June, as you've got the older fighter in El Gallo taking on Bam Rodriguez, the young gun coming up. What do you think that fight's going to look like, Sergio?
Man, I just think whenever you got a great fighter, and I watch my words when it comes to greatness. I think Estrada's a great fighter and proven fighters against other big names. And, you know, Bam is just special. So it's just going to be one of these fights where we're going to see what Bam's made of.
That coming up live on DAZN. Late June, Bam Rodriguez and Juan Francisco Estrada. But right now, nice sidestep there from Sandoval.
Beautiful sidestep by Sandoval, turning southpaw and going back to orthodox. Getting that angle, landed that uppercut, and then shifted back. Beautiful upper body movement and lower body.
You can tell, Sergio, that Buitrago is very aware of this body attack. He's keeping those arms really low and inviting Sandoval to throw upstairs while making sure he's protected down the body.
Yeah, that was the only thing missing in his arsenal, Sandoval, in this fight, is his body shots, and there it is. That's what's going to break down a tough guy like Buitrago. He can take it upstairs, but break him down and chop him down downstairs. That's how you're going to knock out a tough guy like Buitrago.
And I love when you see smaller fighters do that kind of step over. We saw Bam Rodriguez do it a lot. Vasily Lomachenko does it at an extremely high level. A little bit of that in Sandoval, just stepping aside, trying to find a new angle.
Yeah, but Sandoval doesn't do it athletically. Yeah, it's a good eye, Chris, watching that, but he does it more you know, where a fighter can see that where he's going. It's just he's so good with his hands that he keeps you busy upstairs.
Oh, a straight right hand from Buitrago. Best punch of the fight. Wow, this is a heater. And now Buitrago got Sandoval in trouble.
And now you see Sandoval looking for that uppercut that he's been finding a home for, getting real aggressive. Started really confident in that round, but I thought he was starting to hurt Buitrago, you know, with the uppercut, with the body shots, Buitrago was starting to get hit with some solid shots, but at the end of that round, Buitrago comes back and hurts and rocks Sandoval. Probably took that round.
So a great end to the round there for Buitrago, and right when he looked like maybe was starting to fade out of this fight, a right hand and a doozy got him right back in. I mean, Chris, I think Buitrago probably won the first round and maybe the third.
Buitrago's slinging away with those punches right there. If Sandoval gets hit with one of those hooks, left or right, he's going to do damage. Because Buitrago can punch. This veteran can take a punch and give one.
You see these last couple of rounds, the confidence in Buitrago seemingly start to grow a little bit. A little bit of showboating here in the first 30 seconds or so of this one.
And still no expression on Carlos Buitrago's face.
Ooh, leaping left.
You can't tell when he's hurt. You can't tell when he's mad. Look at just poker face all throughout.
Hands are free.
Crowd trying to get behind Ricardo Sandoval, nicknamed El Nino. Let's see if we can take a look at that last foray at the end of round 3 by Buitrago. I think we're going to put it up here on your screen in a minute. Nice counter right hand from Sandoval. And here it comes as we've got action on the right side as well. But there was the punch, Sergio.
No, it was that one right there. It was Sandoval was pulling away, and he got hit on the way out. Just bad technique on Sandoval's part that rocked him. That wasn't the punch exactly, but that was actually the onslaught that started.
Well, that left hand moved him back.
Yeah, but Buitrago has a good bounce on his foot. He's not hurt by these shots, and Sandoval's getting more aggressive. You could tell that Buitrago's he doesn't fear the power of Sandoval. Just total confidence on Carlos Buitrago, the veteran and the former title challenger.
I disagree with you, Sergio. I feel like every time Sandoval connects, Buitrago's hurt. Just like that, left hand to the jaw.
And Buitrago responds to these onslaughts sometimes by showboating against the ropes. He clearly is impacted by these shots.
He's fighting fire with fire, and Sandoval's got plenty more where that came from, it seems like.
Time!
So a fight that we thought would be pretty one-sided has been anything but. Very competitive, very exciting as we head to round 5. Chris, you said the longer this fight goes on, the more you thought Buitrago would start to fade away. You still sense that's going to happen?
Well, look, I don't think he's going to get stronger.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, just seeing him during this fight week, he looked like a man that was battling the flu. That's how I would describe his appearance on Thursday, and that takes a toll on you. If you're not making weight in a proper way, that can hurt you in the later rounds.
Hey, you remember Michael Jordan had the flu game, right? Who could forget that, Chris?
Let's compare Carlos Buitrago to Michael Jordan.
Bring that up.
Yeah, Buitrago becomes a stationary target against those ropes sometimes, Sergio.
Well, that's because he's so relaxed. You know, he's a veteran. He knows how to roll with the power of the shots, and you know, guys like that are comfortable against the ropes, and then they can turn it around and start attacking when they can.
I don't really think he's rolling with anything, Sergio, to be honest with you. I think he's got a good chin, and his body can take a good shot, but he is eating these shots clean.
Some, yeah, just like that shot right there. But a lot of them, you know, he comes right back. So if he's taking shots and coming right back, I mean, that's what a fighter does.
Wow, what a right hand. Took 2 steps and threw it like an outfielder trying to get somebody out at home plate. Power punches landed. You saw that Sandoval's thrown or landed about double the amount as Buitrago. How does a veteran not get out of the way of that punch? He did a crow hop in to throw it, Sergio.
And you get a Ric Flair woo from Carlos Buitrago. That's the second time. I mean, for a man that's getting beaten down like you guys are saying, I mean, he's confident.
Hey, maybe it was the rematch we needed, Chris. It's the rematch we didn't know we needed.
I'm enjoying it. And there's that uppercut Sandoval keeps landing. If he could double up that uppercut from both punches, I think he'll be able to rock Buitrago and keep him hurt. Uppercuts from both hands, from both sides.
Let him go. Let him go.
Big overhand right misses for Buitrago. Sandoval still got that bounce in his toes. Down to the body. A couple seconds left here in the round.
There's that body shot from Sandoval, but back comes Buitrago with 2-3 body shots of his own.
Only 2 fights in 4.5 years, Chris.
Unquestionably a problem. His last fight was at the end of 2022. Dealt with significant promotional issues over the last year, so it wasn't injury related, but he feels like he's fresh. He feels like he's good to go for this fight tonight.
Not only that, but inactivity, and the older you are, at 36 years old, it's only going to have the double impact.
Maybe, but if that fight turns into a fight in a phone booth like this one has developed into, that's not going to go well for Sergio Ramirez.
You said it wasn't going to go well for Carlos Buitrago, and he's still in this fight.
Bring that up, okay? Bring that up.
Do you think he's winning this fight, Sergio?
He's in the fight.
Do you think he's winning this fight,
No,
Sergio?
he's not winning this fight, but he's in this fight. I mean, Sandoval has to respect what's coming back. Even though Sandoval had a big round in the 5th round, landing some good big shots, finally hurting Buitrago, but Buitrago keeps coming back, firing back. The confidence is there, the body language is there for Carlos Buitrago.
I do think that Sandoval has to keep digging down to that body. It's abundantly clear that Buitrago can take everything that's coming upstairs. If you keep digging to the body, that is the best way to slow down an older fighter. Just like that. Love that little step around, left hook to the body. Good shot.
Yeah, I think Buitrago didn't like that body shot. There was a left hook to the liver right there. Buitrago didn't respond well. There it is again. That Sandoval finally found a home for that left hook to the liver. Buitrago's not liking that. You can see how Buitrago's covering the right side of them ribs right there. I don't know if Sandoval knows that he's hurt to the body right there, but back Buitrago comes to the body.
Some winging left hands from Buitrago, who seems to, nice right there from Sandoval, caught him clean again, and he's not rolling with these punches, Sergio.
No, he's not, but he's still slinging away with big shots.
Now, right now, Buitrago is a wounded fighter, so he is responding in the only way he knows how, by fighting fire with fire.
Again, this is the guy who's lost 3 of his last 4 fights. Maybe last chance saloon for Buitrago.
The referee's looking, stepping in. A guy like Buitrago need to be safe from himself sometimes.
And Sergio, you noted that hand being down, protecting that body. We've talked about that a couple of times during this fight. He has been very aware of making sure his body is more protected, giving up these headshots.
That's why he's getting hit so cleanly with those overhand rights by Sandoval now.
Could it be that he's got an injured left hand, though?
No, it was the body shot.
Yeah.
Ooh, just missed with that winging right uppercut to the liver of Sandoval, to the body of Sandoval, but Sandoval comes back with a right hook of his own. Clean overhand right over a lazy jab of Buitrago right there, but like we've been saying all night, Buitrago has a chin, has the toughness, and keeps coming.
Let's keep an eye on that left hand of Buitrago. Will he keep it down, or will he bring it up like his corner wants him to do? There's a counter right for Buitrago, perfectly timed. But I think it's safe to say Sandoval is getting a much tougher fight from Buitrago that I think almost anyone thought he would get. So it's El Nino versus Chocoroncito.
Ooh, good right hand right there. I don't know if it landed on the chest or the chin, but it was a short right hand by Buitrago.
If you're Sandoval, you've got to keep your discipline. You know you've hurt him to the body over these last couple of rounds. Keep digging down there.
There it was.
He can tap that body all he wants, but he's feeling that.
He's banging on his chest like he's King Kong. Sandoval rated 4th by the WBO, 6th by the WBC, 8th by the WBA, and 15th by the IBF. So he's right in the mix for a big fight next.
There we go. Now we're seeing Sandoval's MO, that body shot. He's hurt to the body, Buitrago is. He got hit with a right hand to the body, both sides of the ribs. And I think right there, that's what's chopping down and slowing down Carlos Buitrago finally. It's the body shot by Sandoval. Don't be surprised if we see Buitrago take a knee soon if Sandoval keeps going and digging downstairs.
Off his head.
Trying anything to keep Sandoval at bay. But that exposes the ribs. And El Nino more than happy to go down there and touch him.
Great body shots. Even though they're covered up, they're still having an impact. When you're hurt to the body like that, even though you block the body shot, your elbow still digs into your ribs, so you're still getting the effect even though you're blocking.
Right hand there scores. Another inside left uppercut for Sandoval. And Buitrago, I think, is allowing the headshots to land just to save the body.
You see that all the time.
And it's like pick your poison.
Any fighter will pick the poison of a headshot over a body shot.
This is where Sandoval's got to get some separation. He's got Buitrago cornered. Can't smother your punches there.
No. Good into the round for Sandoval. Well, Sergio, if we did indeed give Buitrago maybe 2 of those first 4 rounds, maybe he's won 3, who knows. Things certainly aren't looking good for him now. He's got to find that second win and change things up here. How does he do it?
Well, a veteran, you know, they don't do it. They don't have another gear. You know, I just think he is what he is. He could put up a good fight, but he's not winning fights at this point of his career. He's already lost 5 of his last 7. We know what Carlos Buitrago is. A tough guy that could put up a good fight, but he doesn't cross the finish line with a win.
It's a hell of a way to earn a living.
Yeah, not a lot of power behind these punches from Buitrago now. He's touching Sandoval, but that's a pretty good one.
You know, Buitrago did hurt Sandoval with a straight right hand earlier in the fight, but it's hard to say if he's going to be able to summon that kind of shot again.
Oh, Sandoval's got plenty of pop, and he just backed Buitrago up with a couple of power punches.
A low blow by Sandoval right there, but credit to Buitrago. He didn't complain to the referee, just keeps slugging away.
These shots from Buitrago that he's throwing are very wide. Sandoval's got an opening there to punch with him and land something really big.
I'm wondering if this is going to be the last stand of Buitrago, because he's really throwing a lot more punches than he has in previous rounds.
Well, if Sandoval targets the body, then I think it is going to be the last stand of Buitrago.
Buitrago's taking some hellacious punches. The referee took a good look at him. How much more can this 32-year-old veteran take? There's another right hand.
They should stop this fight now. I mean, Buitrago's too tough for his own good.
But he's slugging away.
This is the opportunity for Sandoval. If he keeps digging away downstairs, he's bound to find something. He's gonna keep hurting the older veteran in Buitrago. If his corner won't stop it, the referee will stop it if Sandoval keeps digging away.
Watch your feet.
Buitrago's showing so much heart in this fight. man who struggled to make the weight. In fact, didn't even make the weight. Oh, boy. Buitrago going to go out on a shield, though. You've got to like what you're seeing from this guy.
You know, every time the referee gets close to stopping this fight, Buitrago responds with a big shot or a big attempt at a shot that makes the referee take a step back.
I see the exact same thing, Chris. I mean, there's already been 3 times in this round alone where the referee wanted to step in.
Right in the sternum with that left hand and a right hand upstairs. Sits down that punch, and Buitrago will make it to the 9th.
And the referee going to call Buitrago over to see the doctor. I don't think the doctor is going to stop this fight because Buitrago still very much in it. Still very much looks like he has his wits about him, but sometimes you have to save a fighter like Buitrago from himself. That man will stay in there and go out on his shield. It's up to cornermen and the referee to stop a fight like this. Oh, and the doctor is going to wave it off.
Wow, and then a surprise look on Buitrago's face, who is like, hey man, I've been through hell and back before. You should have given me 2 more rounds.
No. I love this stoppage, and I touched on it just a couple of minutes ago. Too tough for his own goal, Buitrago. His corner wasn't going to protect him. I love this stoppage by the referee.
Yeah, no, it was the doctor that waved it off. The doctor said, no, it's over. I'm surprised by that because Buitrago, as you can see, does not look like he was visibly shaken by any of the shots that were being landed by Sandoval. That said, a very proper stoppage. He was taking an inordinate amount of punishment. A guy at this stage of his career does not need to be taking those punches.
He wasn't visibly shaken. I mean, look at his face.
Well,
and he was definitely visibly shaken.
No, visibly shaken meaning like if a doctor's speaking to you, he can respond, he's coherent, he's able to react properly. He wasn't out on his feet because of the shots he was taking from Sandoval. Look, I don't disagree with the stoppage. I think it was exactly right. I did not need to see another 3 minutes of Ricardo Sandoval using Buitrago as a punching bag. I'm just saying, that's the kind of situation where a referee more likely to stop it than a doctor.
Well, I visibly agree with this stoppage.
Can I play? I'm not going to play devil's advocate. I say you give him another round. It wasn't like he was just taking punches and just trying to run away. He was landing some shots as well, and it looked like he still had plenty of pop.
And give him another round for what? A moral victory? You know?
Yeah, there's where we agree, Sergio.
Well, then let's just stop every fight when someone looks like they're going to lose. Let's stop it. Why did we stop this in the 5th? Why let it go to the 8th?
Because shots like this, you see Sandoval digging in, landing big shots. It's like we talked about at the end of that 8th round. You see the referee standing there, inching closer and closer and closer. That referee, at any point in time, could have stopped that fight because of what he was seeing. There you see Buitrago winging away, making the referee take, okay, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to take a step back. I'm not going to stop this fight right there.
It looked like the referee was boxing in there. He was going in, trying to stop the fight, then takes a step back when Buitrago will throw and sling shots like that. I mean, whenever you have a veteran like this that's fought for world championships, has lost several fights, he's going to keep fighting. He's going to go out on the shield. Give him the credit to go out on the shield.
So there you see maybe the reason why the doctor stopped the fight. He looked at that mouse above the left eye.
Have you ever seen a doctor stop a fight because of a mouse like that wasn't really even affecting his vision? I mean, if you want to stop the fight because of mercy, then say what it is, but don't go in there and act like, oh, this fight should be stopped because of that swelling over the eye. That's nonsense.
That wasn't a mouse, Todd. That was a possum. That was huge.
Andre Beto fought with his eyes closed.
Exactly.
Gotti Ward, whatever, guys. It's boxing.
Let's not compare this to Gotti Ward.
I can compare the eye injury to Gotti Ward.
This was a fairly one-sided fight.
Badu Jack, Hasim Rahman. Yeah, we've seen worse eye injuries and cuts in boxing. This is a man that wanted to go out on the shield.
Well, let's send it into Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round number 8, after recommendation from our ringside physician, referee Gerard White puts a halt to this fight, declaring your winner by way of knockout, Ricardo